You're listening to Wayne Buckler on Health Professional Radio. This morning my guest is Paul Ray, General Manager at Bosco Medical Australia. Paul's agreed to talk to us about Bosco Medical and what they do and what they supply. Paul, welcome to Health Professional Radio.
Thanks for having me, Wayne.
One of the things we've been doing, Paul, is trying to wean ourselves off clinical stories that are too research-based and give our audience a bit of a taste of the people who are facilitators and around the edges of the health industry rather than the mainstream clinical people. Now, I understand that Bosco Medical is a supplier to the health industry. Is that right?
Wayne, look, we are a major supplier to the healthcare industry right throughout Australia and also New Zealand. So our premise is to be able to supply very up-to-date equipment, whether it be capital equipment and consumables, to a rapidly changing and also growing market within the Australian market who is very price conscious. So we have to be very diversified in what we do, and we're constantly looking at ways and means of trying to facilitate and be amenable to our customers' expectations.
We'll come to the range of products in just a minute. Are you exclusively health industry?
Health industry, yes, but we also do have a footprint in the veterinary market as well. A lot of the products we do cross over into the vet market and can be used in those areas as well.
Of course, that never occurred to me for a moment. Tell me, is there much difference between being a supplier to the health industry and the vet market? Do you notice any difference in the way the industries work from a procurement point of view?
From procurement, it's pretty much exactly the same. So they have to go through the same processes. Although in the human healthcare market, obviously now with a lot of the private corporations that are expanding their hospital bases around the country, they're getting more, lot more platforms we have to, step up to in regards to processes we have to go through to be able to supply to them. Yeah,
because I talk to both sides of the fence here, we occasionally talk to the administrative side in the hospital system, and one of the things that suppliers say is, there are so many hoops to jump through, and the procurement process is long and protracted. And then from the other side of the coin, particularly in the government sector, those procurement officers are saying, we're spending taxpayers' money and we've got to make sure we're fair to the market and we don't create champions and so on and so forth. So it's a reasonably complex process, according to everyone I've spoken to. But it seems that it works nevertheless when things get procured and supplied. One of the things that clinicians say to us occasionally is that they feel a bit like Apollo astronauts sitting on top of 1,000 lowest cost suppliers. What would you like clinicians and administrators in hospitals to know about your product range that maybe they don't know about?
What we do, our manufacturing process and bases are based in Germany and also in US. We do a minimal amount of products from other countries. We do get a number of our consumables out of China. But where we are trying to fit into the marketplace is in the area of niche products, which is still very important to the healthcare market, and it's something that clinicians need to use, but we're not in a market space where we've got 15 to 20 other Me Too consumables who we're trying to compete against. So that's where I position our company in the Australian and New Zealand market, and that's what I'm trying to ensure with clinicians. We're getting very, very top manufacturing processes and ultimately high engineering and quality products that can be used within the market and very safely.
That's good to hear. You're listening to Health Professional Radio with Wayne Buckler, and my guest this morning is Paul Ray from Bosco Medical Australia. Paul, can you tell us about the range of products that you do offer in the marketplace?
Well, look, our bulk of our business is in the anaesthesia and theatre area. Bosco started in the Australian market, based in Brisbane, around about 25 years ago, and we started with a very small portfolio of anesthesia products. And then obviously grew into more consumables within the theatre. But also we did specialise in some capital equipment. We are the exclusive supplier of a number of Philips products to the Queensland market, that being defibrillators, fetal monitors, ECGs. But we've expanded our portfolio, and as I mentioned before, we have diversified our range of products. So we do have a good balance of products that clinicians are always looking to use, and that's going into the areas of colorectal, urology, gynecology, and also a very growing and strong market of respiratory. So they're our major categories, and we are always looking from a global point of view to source any potential new opportunities that we can provide in the Australian market, which is obviously a niche or groundbreaking product that can certainly make a difference to the end user's outcomes.
And Paul, I assume that for people who want more information about the range that you've got, the best place to go would be your website at www.boscomed.com.au. Is that the correct advice?
That's correct. Look, we've just updated our website, and what we are looking to do is to, obviously the changing landscape of the way you do business now is very much going more online, so we're offering our customers who are our regular account holders the opportunity to do all their processes of purchase orders and all our invoicing to be done online and just directly deal with the website. Plus also we've opened up an avenue for, there is a number of products which we do have, and as I mentioned, in the respiratory market, which is quite a growing market due to the growth in the aged care and the home care market, is that customers can come direct and purchase from a retail perspective, whether they be, say, some oxygen masks or tubing and things such as that for home use on the website.
That's very innovative in the health industry, I think, because I hear more and more reports of hospital at home being the way of the future.
That's it. That's correct.
Paul, I'm going to come to my signature question in a minute and ask you about the biggest misconception amongst your customers and patients. But before I do that, before you were talking about the range of products and services that you offer into the health industry, do you have expert advice on hand there for people who have questions about those and who are looking for more in-depth and clinical information?
Look, we do, Wayne, and one of the key points in our business is to ensure that we do appoint staff and staffing right across the board who have strong clinical experience, particularly in the sales and marketing area, because these are the questions that can be fielded very quickly. I think customers get a little bit dissatisfied when there's long, protracted avenues that they have to go and try and secure an answer of how things work and what things happen when something goes wrong. We've tried to really short-circuit that by having good clinical staff on board, plus also the expertise in the accounts and and obviously all the other areas we have to sort of work within, as you said, hoops we have to jump through, such as TGA, the new GS1, of course, and all the other regulatory areas we have to cover off. So it's an important part of our business now, and we have to ensure that we do cover this ground quite adequately.
There's never a shortage of regulation in the health industry, that's for sure. Paul Ray from Bosco Medical Australia, tell me, what is the greatest misconception amongst your clients, patients and customers that drives you nuts and keeps you awake at night?
Look, I think it has to come down to pricing, and I think particularly the misunderstanding some customers have of how much things actually cost. At the moment in the Australian market, we're having the Australian dollar's crash, so obviously importing a lot of our key equipment, be it capital and consumables, say from Europe and also the US, with the crash of the Australian dollar at the moment, prices have to be absorbed, and we do have to pass. And of course, all our taxes we pay on import duty and our GST. These are the things we need to cover off that have to go, unfortunately, be passed on to the customer so that they can have the use of the equipment and the consumables. And this is something that has to be carefully explained. And also, in some cases, it's the area of sometimes delay in getting products into the Australian marketplace due to a number of restrictions and the hoops we have to jump through again. So even just getting things in the front door before they go out our warehouse door into the hospitals themselves is quite a lengthy process and getting longer due to the requirements by all levels of government that are required.
It's never an easy industry to work in, but I appreciate your time and frankness this morning with us, Paul. You've been listening to Wayne Buckler on Health Professional Radio, and my guest has been Paul Ray, General Manager of Bosco Medical Australia. Paul's been explaining to us the range of products and services that Bosco offer into the health market, and further information is available from their website at www.boscomed.com.au, and transcripts and a sound interview are available on the Health Professional Radio website at www.hpr.fm.